everybody, and welcome to another episode of Insufficient Friends. I'm Kevin. She's Stevie.
Hi.
And Steve, how's it going?
I've been better.
Steve's a little nervous for this week. We're going to do something a little different since we have video now. Hi. We're doing it's more of a sight gag this week, which will be fun. But I did want to ask you. Because we're doing food this week. We're going to try some foods. She's brought something that I don't know what it is. And I've got a layout of 8 different types of pickles in front of you.
And yeah, they look particularly unappetizing at this moment.
So we're going to have fun with that. But I saw the other day that Kraft mac and cheese ice cream is back. It has made a return. Have you heard about this?
It went away?
Yes,
I
it
thought
went away.
I saw it like a while ago.
Yeah, it went away and it came, like, I think they did like one run and then it came back. They made another one.
We trying that next?
I couldn't find it. I tried to find it at the store.
Okay.
And I think you have to order it online. And the place that I went online to try to find it and it was sold out. So unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get to try that.
Not yet, but maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
I would be down to try some like different flavors of ice cream because they make some funky ones.
Yeah, they do. I also tried to find, we talked about that Eggo brunch in a
beer or
brunch liqueur or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Brunch in a bottle, I think is what they call it or something like that. I tried to find that. I couldn't find that.
Okay.
And a long time ago, and you probably wouldn't like this either, I signed up and I never got them. So I guess I don't know if it was like a lottery thing and they pick people, but I signed up to get mustard flavored Skittles.
Just for the gag?
Just for the gag.
Okay.
Just for the gag to see what it was going to be.
It would be interesting to try. I'm down to try those weird things.
I think it would be
This is
interesting,
just a little overwhelming right now.
Oh, well, other than this, how was your week?
Fine.
Fine.
I was going to say the other day, I don't want to be mean, but like I really hate that question.
You do hate oh, that's fine.
But it's like, how else that's like how you start a conversation. So it just is easy.
Yeah.
But every week I'm just like, oh, it's another week.
Well, we've talked about the fact that you
and I
hate
hate small talk.
We've talked about this before, but you have to have small talk usually to get into a conversation.
Yeah, I know.
But, so anyway.
It's fine. How was your week?
It was fine.
Great.
I mean, it doesn't change. The answer doesn't ever... The answer doesn't ever change, usually, unless something happens, which we usually know about something happening.
Right.
Beforehand.
If something happens, then we're like, hey, something's happened.
Wanted to give a shout out to our first commenter on YouTube, Dan. Thanks. And it's good to see you too.
Yeah, thanks, Dan.
He commented on our first video.
One of our first.
That was like actual video.
The first put on YouTube with video.
So if you guys want to comment, we'll try to, like, as long as we don't get like 1 billion of them, which we're not going to because there's only like 10 of you. But we're going to try to shout you out as much as possible on these shows. And we want to give Kinsey a shout out too because she's the one who gave us the idea for the pickles. We just haven't been able to do it because we haven't had video. And it's not as much fun if you can't see Steve's face whenever she eats these.
Yes. So Kins direct messaged me on Instagram quite a while back. Kins is she's a friend of the pod.
She's an insufficient friend.
She is. We worked together with her at one point as well. And she DM'd me this video. She said, here's an idea for a podcast topic, and it's people doing a pickle review. And she said, because when we all worked together, she would sometimes get like a little thing of pickles for a snack. Kev loves pickles. He could eat them any time of the day, like for breakfast. And I personally despise them. So it came up a lot, and it was definitely a topic of conversation. So, yeah, shout out to Kins. This one's for you.
I did a shot of pickle juice while I was putting these together.
Just pickle juice?
Yeah, just drank it right out of the jar.
I hear people say that they drink the pickle juice and they put
I can't like
crazy stuff on pickles.
I can't like drink it like I can't drink it like a can of water or something. Like it has to be in small little amounts.
Right.
But I can drink it for sure.
Some people really love a good pickle and they love pickle juice. A pickle juice shot like with alcohol is actually a popular shot.
I think they make pickle flavored liquors.
Yeah.
So,
and I think they I might be making this up. Do they are they supposed to help you with your hangover?
I mean, there's people that say they do.
Sure.
I
okay.
mean, I don't know if it's
Probably
like
heard
the
that.
salt and stuff in it or
Right.
what. Like, I don't really know what it is, but
Mm-hmm.
they say it does help with if you drink it like when you get home. Just like if you chug a Gatorade before you go to bed, it's supposed to
Okay.
help. I think it's
Same
the same
thing probably than
idea.
the sodium.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
Good. There you go.
so we've got all these. Do you just want to jump into it now? Because I know you're hoping to get this over with.
Because the smell is a lot.
See, I can't smell it.
We need to get it over with.
Okay, well, I'll let you pick because you're the one trying these. So I've made enough for me to try too. So we're both going to eat each of these. What is this one? This is
Classic bread and butter.
So this is okay. So before we do this, I'm going to explain these to you.
Okay.
So, and I hope I don't mansplain this because I don't want to. But I'm gonna try to like give you a little insight. So maybe you won't pick something early or something. The bread and butter is probably the sweetest one you're gonna try. So if you want to save that to the end, you can. I don't know how you want to do this, but that's the bread and butter is the sweet one.
Whatever I start, so if this is the sweetest, we'll do close to this, and then we'll
move to different things.
To the differentest, most different flavor we'll save.
Okay.
For the end.
Okay. So this is a bread and butter pickle. This is a sweet pickle.
I don't want to touch it. You're gonna take the small one?
You want the big one? Yeah, take it. I thought this was the small one.
No.
This was the big one. Okay.
That's the big one.
Okay.
Just like that.
I need a napkin.
Do you want to grab some?
Sure, go for it.
Or I can.
Yeah.
I'm on that side. This
crunching is probably gonna annoy people.
Yeah, we can we maybe back up a bit.
Yeah.
BRB.
I think it's good. It's a sweet pickle. It's a Vlasic sweet pickle. Like, it's a bread and butter pickle. It's nothing fancy. It's crunchy, huh?
Fork.
They're in that drawer right there. We obviously didn't prepare. You can tell this. Other one. There you go.
No plastics.
No, I don't have plastic silverware.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't have plastic silverware.
It would have been good for this. Okay.
Sorry.
No, that's fine.
Good.
Okay.
Crunchy pickle. Fresh. It's not cold.
Oh.
Sorry, I just bought it. I forgot I needed this one. Don't get too much off camera.
Okay. The flavor's good.
Okay.
I just don't. Biting into a pickle is not my favorite thing.
Is it the like crunchy and kind of soft at the same time? Is that what it is?
It's like a soggy crunch.
Yeah, I get that. You don't like soggy fruit either, so that makes sense.
Okay.
Okay. So, if you had to, let's rate these on a 1 out of 10.
Put them in order once we're all done.
Yeah, let's write down what your rating is. 1 out of 10. What would you rate that one?
Can I use this?
Yeah, I don't care. Use whatever you want.
So
we got pens and highlighters and
classic
stuff.
B&B. I don't know what it's up against. I'll give it.
I mean, you can change the rating if you decide.
Right now it's out of 6.
Okay. So you thought that one was okay?
It's fine.
If
it was like chopped up and in something like a tuna
like
salad,
a relish or something, yeah.
Ooh, not a relish. I would never eat relish in my life.
But it's like chopped up like that.
But yeah, put into like a salad or like a sandwich, I would probably like it.
Okay, so your next closest one is going to be that one right there.
Oh my god! So the fork won't even. Okay.
This is a little soggier. This is the hearts, I think.
Yeah,
isn't it? Papa Hearts. Yeah.
So this is this whole thing. I'm gonna have to like chop it up.
It's you can see it's not very big, and she wants to cut it in half. So.
I feel like that one's almost sweeter.
Okay.
I like it.
I can tell that. Yeah, it is a little sweeter. It's not quite as crunchy either.
The first, like, the initial bite and just the texture in my mouth was gross. I don't think I'll get over that.
We need to adjust this because we're not able to see very well.
Okay, sorry. I can move too.
There. Because if we're going to do the sight gag, we got to be able to see you.
Okay.
That's better.
What should be next?
What else do we have here?
We've got Mount Olive kosher, Nathan's kosher, Clausen, Vlasic kosher, to something head kosher.
Okay.
I can decipher that if you need. Okay.
So I would say probably your next most mild is probably going to be one of these two. Either the Boar's Head or the Nathan's is probably going to be your next most
let's do
mild.
this.
The Nathan's?
Yeah.
Okay.
This looks really, it's a light color.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It tastes more like just a cucumber with a little bit of vinegar.
Okay. Honestly, I like the flavor more of the last two, but I like that texture.
Okay.
It didn't seem as soggy
Soggy?
at all.
Okay. Okay. So that was a Nathan's kosher dill. You don't like the flavor as much because it's not. Is it the sweetness? Like you like the sweet better?
I do like sweet, I think.
Okay.
At least just by itself. Maybe on something I would want something more like that.
Okay. So probably your next one is that Boar's Head right there. Is probably going to be your next closest.
You should have done like little itty bitty. That's okay.
They are a little itty bitty.
Not to me. What's that one called?
Boar's Head.
Ew, I hate it. I can't wait to make you try the stuff I brought.
That sounds like a threat.
Okay, what's next?
Probably go with I would say this one. The
Oh, I was looking forward to this one the least.
Why? Because it's like a whole pickle.
Because it's like a thing.
It's like a whole pickle.
whole
Yeah, it's a whole pickle.
unit.
It's a mini pickle.
I hate that one. Ew. That's so gross.
Okay. So you didn't like the Mount Olive,
No.
the mini dill. Okay.
They're getting worse and worse as we go. Okay.
Okay. Let's see here. I would go with this one. This is just
Okay.
regular classic dill pickle. That's probably this is like your most standard pickle that you can buy. No.
It's better than the last one.
So what do you not like about it? Like what did you not like about
I
the
like
last
sweet. I think I realized I prefer the sweet pickles.
one? Okay. So what
so
did
maybe
you
we should have
what
started.
was the worst about the last one? The whole one. The like mini one.
That one tasted really vinegary.
Okay.
I don't know. They both taste
It
bad.
does have a pretty strong flavor, so I
Yeah,
get that.
They're both bad. And like they stay with you.
A little bit. Okay. I would try this one next. This is one of my favorites, by the way.
Oh.
This is a local one. From the local lady that makes these.
Yeah. There's a different flavor there. It's almost like
It's a little tangier.
yeah, like I was gonna say like acidic, like lemony almost.
Those are made locally by
Okay.
a lady. I get those. Those are the ones I get at the farmer's market.
Okay.
And they're really good. They're one of my favorites.
One more.
One more. This is a Clausen. So this is a deli style pickle.
So like
It's probably going to be more like the Nathan's one that you tried
oh, I like that one.
Yeah. So it's a
sweet?
little. It's not sweet. It's a dill pickle. It's got a little bit stronger flavor than the Nathan's, but it's probably going to be close to the Nathan's of the style of pickle that it is.
Okay. Last one. Yes, I like that it's more crunchy, but it's like salty. Salty crunchy versus
Yeah.
sweet crunchy. I'm throwing this away right now.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. I can rate them. I'll put them in order.
Okay. So overall,
Yeah. I don't like pickles.
no, I know you don't like pickles,
I stand by it.
but overall, how bad was that compared to what you thought it was going to be?
There was a few that were pretty bad that I really was like kind of I was like getting anxious because I thought like this might end not very well for us.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how a couple of those were going to go, but I mean, again, I'm not going to give you anything that I'm worried that you're going to, it's going to hurt you.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. So, dead last is the Mount Olive.
okay, that was the actual like whole mini pickle. Yeah. Okay.
Correct.
Not surprised by that.
And then
I like those, but I'm not surprised that you don't.
And then Vlasic dill.
Okay.
And then boar's head.
Okay. I'm surprised boar's head is that high for you, but
No, that's the. I put 5 above that one. Like this is.
yeah, no, I know.
worst.
I'm surprised that one wasn't
Boar's head
lower on the
would've
list.
been- okay. Yeah, like the most classic ones I feel like are the ones I hated the most. And then the last one we just did, I forgot what it was called. That one's
Clausen.
next best.
Okay.
That was like the
Of the like
out of the 4 that
dill
I've
ones?
said, that was the first one that I'm like it was pleasant,
Okay.
but just still not great. The local one,
Okay.
5. So that was 4th place. 3rd place, Vlasic. It just says Vlasic. The very first one we had.
Probably the bread and butter,
The
the sweet one.
yes, Vlasic bread and butter. And then I'm gonna go. I gave these 2 the same ratings, but I think I'm gonna put 2nd place Nathan's
Okay.
and 1st place Papa Hearts.
Okay. I'm surprised that Nathan's is that high too, because Nathan's was not one of the sweet ones. It was kind of like the Clausen. It was almost the same, not as strong.
I think I liked that it was less. It wasn't soggy. It tasted more like a cucumber.
Okay. Okay.
And the flavor is still in my mouth, but not to worry
Because we've got other things to try.
because we have
Steve brought things for me
quite
to
the
try too.
palate cleanser.
Oh, good lord.
Have you ever had an immunity shot?
A what now?
Immunity
I've heard of
shot?
these. I don't think so. What is this?
So, these basically, they're for your immunity, and they just kind of like clear you out. I take them a lot during...
I mean, I don't need my nose running and stuff when we're doing this.
No, it won't run. It does the opposite. It makes you, it's something, it's a little spicy and a little lemony, so it just kind of like, it's a very intense, like, it's like, I guess, I don't know. It never has made my nose run, but it's a little bit like if you have some wasabi.
Yeah, I feel like that's going to make my nose run.
I don't know. It never has made mine run.
Okay,
But
well, this ought to
that's
be
the
interesting.
love of the game. So, this one is watermelon strawberry, which I'm giving you.
Okay. What's the other one?
This is pineapple, and I wanted this one because it has ginger in it, and I love the ginger. So usually these have like cayenne pepper, ginger, lemon juice,
Organic
and a little
cold pressed
bit.
prebiotic juice. Let's see here. Does it say what's in it?
And mine has ginger, yeah, and ingredients on the back.
Oh, organic watermelon juice, organic strawberry juice, organic pineapple juice. I don't know what that something puree. Yeah, this does not say that it has pepper or anything.
That's
in it.
good then. You should be good.
Always refrigerate.
They were refrigerated before I got
Yeah, I
here.
can
So.
tell it's a little cold. So
Okay.
supposed to shake it.
This
I
isn't
guess?
just a little because some of the stuff goes to the bottom.
Oh, okay. This isn't.
I
what?
do one oh I was gonna say this isn't as bad as they are. I've gotten ones that are literally just like cayenne and ginger, and they taste terrible,
Okay.
but they do a good job. Usually, if I'm like stuffy or if I'm feeling a little achy
Mm-hmm.
when the weather's changing, I'll take a couple of like one of these a day for a couple days.
You drink the whole thing at once? You
Yep.
just do it as a shot?
Oh yeah, I'm used to it. I'm a pro.
Okay. Well, I mean, I can't be showed up, so.
Cheers. Woo!
Just tastes like a mixed juice.
Really?
Yeah, I've had things like that before.
Mine had I think it's the ginger. Mine was a little,
Spicy. Ginger makes
but
sense.
I liked it.
Um,
Okay.
Yeah, I've had things kind of like that before in other countries. Not
Oh.
here, but just it tastes like a mixed juice to me. Like I've had
Yeah,
some mixed
I think they're
juices and
good.
stuff. Yeah, that was fine.
Some
Like,
of them are not, but
oh, I'm sure there's just like anything. I'm sure there's ones that aren't good.
they're just really powerful.
But that was just like it just tastes like mixed juice to me.
Okay, your tummy's gonna hurt.
Why?
Just all the stuff we're having.
Oh, my
So this-
stomach's steel. It'll be fine. I do
So-
not have problems with things like this.
This is not the exact brand I
I
got.
can't actually see this because my
No,
computer's in
I know. You're
Oh,
not supposed to see it yet.
I'm not supposed to see
So, I just need to give you backstory because it makes it more fun.
it. Okay.
As a kid, shout out to my dad. Love you, Dad. Sometimes before school, I'd go to the gas station. I get a snack, right? And I would get these before school, and there's a lot of sugar in them.
Okay.
And they were not meant to be had for breakfast, but I sure did have them for breakfast.
Yeah.
A few times in my life. And
Okay.
I showed this to my boyfriend recently, and he was like, that's the craziest thing I've ever seen. Why do you like that? A lot of people find these to be gross. Like I said, loved them as a kid.
You still love them as a 22-year-old?
I've eaten one somewhat recently,
Okay.
but they tear me apart. They're just so bad for you. So this
it's
particular
Warheads.
one. Well, it's not even the brand. It's a goo. So it's like this, basically just this like paste.
Okay.
It's kind of like, it's like the texture of toothpaste.
Yeah.
This particular
And you're
one.
going to eat that?
Yeah, you eat it.
You eat toothpaste?
You're eating it. And this one is sour watermelon, but I used to get like what brand did I get? Jolly Rancher made one.
Okay.
And there was like a sour flavor, but
Yeah.
and they like Icy makes one.
Okay.
So I've had them all.
Why is it a gel, though? I don't understand the gel.
You can just squeeze it right in.
But I don't. That's
I didn't
weird.
invent it. I love them.
Also, like, I've had Warheads before because I remember kind of ish when they came out because
Yeah.
I was a kid. It was always like a competition to see who could eat the most and stuff like that with kids because
Yeah,
it's the more
sure.
sour and whatever the strongest ones were and stuff. I like sour things. I don't like things that are that sour usually because it starts to become just bitter and
painful.
not good anymore. Kind of like hot things.
Yeah.
I like hot things. I don't want to be sweating and crying because that's not fun.
Yeah. I'm trying to think how I could also.
There's a spoon in that same drawer you got the fork out of.
Okay.
If you want to do that, get 2 of them so that I can use a spoon too because
don't
I don't
wanna
really
go down
I don't
the
really
back?
just want to go down the gullet with that.
Here, you do the spoon then, because I can. This is a crazy spoon.
It's a teaspoon. What do you mean?
Oh.
It's a stirring spoon. You haven't ever seen one of these?
I have one like that, but it's like with my like drink mix stuff. It's not.
Oh
in
no,
my-
I have a whole set of these.
Squeeze some on there, and then we'll try it at the same time. I don't know if I've had.
Is it open?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've had Warhead flavored like energy drinks before, and they're not as sour as like the actual Warhead candy.
Okay.
So I don't think it's going to be as extreme as the actual candy. If I had to guess.
It doesn't actually have as much sugar as I expected.
Well, it's a tiny one. They had bigger ones.
Yeah, but for this whole thing, it's 200 calories for this whole thing.
That is surprising.
Isn't actually as much as I expected with you
Me
talking
either.
about it being like all sugar. But, I mean, the first 2 ingredients are corn syrup and dextrose, which are both sugar. So,
Yeah.
that I don't like the toothpasteness of it. That's the weird thing is the.
And I don't like the texture of pickles, but we're both venturing out today.
It smells like watermelon.
Well, that's good.
Is that enough?
All right.
Is that good enough?
Yep. Ready?
There you go. See? Can you see that? Yeah. Okay.
Cheers.
It's kind of weird, but
Ooh.
okay.
Weird texture than I thought.
That's not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Oh, good. Like sour wise?
Just
Or
in general.
everything?
Everything. What the texture makes me think of is, and I like these candies, but they're a little more solid. When you eat a Airhead,
Okay.
and
Yeah,
it
yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah,
dissolves, like when it starts to kind of dissolve a little bit, that's the
I
kind
know
of
what you're
texture
talking
that I
about.
get from
like
this.
the
It's a little
pulling
grainy.
apart. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. It was
And
a
I
little
don't
grainy.
have a problem with that. Like, it's not the most appealing thing in the world. But it's not nearly as bad as what I thought it was going to be.
Good. I didn't want to like make you miserable, but I was like, I want to get something weird because like I don't like
definitely
pickles.
weird.
It is weird.
That's definitely weird.
It's not something you should have for breakfast when you're in middle school, that's for sure, or at any point in your life.
Is gel candy. Yeah, I think gel candy is probably not the best thing for
Not the way to start your day.
to start a day. I don't know if it's the way to end a day, start a day, anything for any time of day.
And I
'Cause
used-
it's a little
It's just
it's
weird.
just weird.
And it's
just
a lot.
odd.
Yes.
And I think more what weirds me out is the like fact that it is a gel.
It's like, how is it
It's like
staying like that?
It's a toothpaste, basically.
Should we be putting that in our bodies?
Yeah, like I don't swallow my toothpaste.
No.
I'm sure there are people out there that do. If you do, you be you. But, you know.
Comment down below.
Yeah, that's not nearly as bad as what I thought it was going to
Well,
be.
good.
I will say that. So how long will it take you to eat the rest of that now that you have it? Will it be gone tonight?
I could normally. I have a lot of desserts at home right now that I'm working through,
Okay.
and this is not on the top of the list. So
Wait, when you hold on, why do you have so many desserts that you're working through?
Well, okay, Halloween time. I'm buying candy at the store,
Okay.
and I will eat a little every night.
Yeah.
And we also, my boyfriend's parents went to like a bake sale recently, and then they sent. Will's brother came to visit us, and he gave us a bunch of stuff from the bake sale, so we have all that, too.
Okay.
So we have, like, baked goods, candy, and I just like to bake, so I have...
You're shaking the table a little bit.
Sorry.
Shake the cameras a little bit.
I have, it's gone now, but I had a cake not that long ago that I made that we were working through, and...
Okay.
Candy apples, love candy apples, so I get those this time of year. I have one at home right now. So that's not high on the list of desserts.
So you like... I'm not a big candy apple person. Yeah, I know. Yeah, What? Go ahead.
Because you don't like eating them? Because they're messy? Because you have to hold them and... Caramel apples.
Not really. One, because they're messy. Yes, they are difficult to eat. I don't know. I just don't... There's something about a caramel... Like, I'd rather have...
Sweet and salty?
I'd rather... No, because it's not really sweet and salty, because an apple's not really salty.
That's true. I get ones with, like, nuts around it, so that's
I don't
sweet
do
and
that.
salty.
That's not going to happen.
Right.
But it's... I don't know. It's something... I'd rather have, like, the pie or something with the apple. And I know you don't like the pie. But there's something... I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the caramel and apple together.
Interesting. That's, like, one of my favorite things about fall.
And the candy apples are just impossible to eat, especially if you don't have them cut
What's
up.
a candy apple?
So candy apple is
I'm
usually...
calling them all the same
A
thing.
candy apple is usually got a hard candy shell on the outside instead of caramel.
That's not what I never have had a candy apple. I've only had caramel apples with, like, stuff put on them, like sprinkles or chocolate chips.
Because you can do caramel apples. Sometimes they'll dip them in chocolate too, or something like that.
Yes.
But a candied apple is usually like it's almost like a Jolly Rancher on the outside of it probably not that tough because you have to be able to get through it. But it's a lot tougher than that.
No. I don't do all that. But why I stopped you and asked you is it because they're messy? Because I used to, as a kid, like, I'd get the little kits to make them, and I would have such a hard time, like, eating it on the stick.
You take it off the stick and you cut it into pieces.
I just cut it now, and it's, oh my God, it's so much better.
Yeah.
I also have to say, if you like caramel apples, chocolate apples, whatever this time of year, Cold Stone they do, like, a dip the apple in white chocolate and then roll it in, like, graham crackers crushed up. That's the best apple I've ever had in my life.
How many of those did you make while you worked there for 2 weeks?
I didn't make them.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, good Stevie knowledge. You know that I worked there for I could count on my hand the days I worked there. I didn't make them, but a lot of the times...
How many of them did you have while you worked there? Let's put it that way.
Quite a few, because if the stick could come out easily, we're supposed to throw them away. Because that meant, like, it was going to start oxidizing because air was getting in through where the caramel was, and that went for all the apples. So me and my coworkers would throw them away, but those with the white chocolate and cinnamon, we were always like, ooh, the stick came out, we have to take it now, and we would eat those all the time.
Okay.
If I would have continued my career at Cold Stone for more than a month, probably would have had diabetes. I ate ice cream and candy every single shift. And I think I maybe worked 10 shifts, not even kidding.
Yeah.
So. But anyway, I have a lot of desserts right now. So that one is not high on my list. I might even throw it away just because it's not, I shouldn't be eating that. And it's not, it doesn't have any
no.
There's nothing good about it.
No candy does.
No, but like, it's just not, I'm not getting... I'd be happier to eat like a Reese's or a cookie than this.
I get
this
that.
is crazy.
I
This
get
really
that.
is not something I have often.
It's definitely crazy.
I want to make that clear. And I just...
Not anymore.
I don't think I could... Right. I don't think I could finish it, truly.
Yeah. Like I said, it was interesting.
Right.
I don't know what to say about it, but congrats, Steve. You made it through the pickles.
That was awful. And I'm going to work out after this, and I just know my body's already like, what are you doing to me? Pickles, immunity shot, and goo.
Yeah, the combination probably isn't the best. But I told you that my stomach was iron.
Right.
And there's a reasoning that I have behind this. Okay. So, I was actually told this by staff at a hospital when I was a kid. Because when I was in 6th grade, I had to have my appendix taken out.
Oh.
And one of the things that he was in the hospital for like that day, and I left. But one of the things that they did was they had me have lunch before I left. They're like, we want to make sure you can keep like real food down and stuff like that. So they're like, just get whatever, just order something that you want. And I had, I think, like French fries, mac and cheese, cottage cheese, like chicken tenders, and just like a bunch of random things.
Yeah.
And they just told me, they're like, well, if you can eat that, you can eat anything.
Oh.
So we're not too worried about it. And I've never really had a problem with, that's just not a thing that I have, really.
I'll feel it. Like, especially if I've had too much of something, like too much sugar, too much salt, I'll feel it. But I'm never, I'm not sick for more than, once I wake up the next day, I'm fine. And I don't throw up or anything.
Yeah. The only thing that I've ever gotten like that is, sometimes if you eat too fast, you eat more than you can actually, fully digest, and that'll give you a stomach ache. Wow. I've had that happen a couple of times, but not real often.
My eyes are notoriously bigger than my stomach. Yeah. So that has happened to me many of times. I'm still learning.
The only other time that I've ever did this, and I did this once, and don't do this if I don't think any of you will, because most of you are adults, but if for legal reasons, don't do what I'm about to say. Okay. I did the gallon challenge once. You know what this is? Drinking a gallon of milk in an hour. Because I was told you weren't supposed to be able to do it. Mm-hmm. And I did it. And I felt miserable for about an hour and a half afterwards.
That's not a bad time to be miserable for how much you drank.
So I drank, it took me about 5 minutes to drink 3/4 of a gallon. And that other quarter took me another 50. Because it took me 56 minutes to drink the whole thing. So I did finish it in an hour. Mm-hmm. I didn't vomit.
That's good.
But I felt
terrible.
Yeah. Luckily only for a couple hours.
That is lucky. But
yeah, would never do it again. I love milk. Won't do that again.
I don't blame you.
So don't try it. It's not worth it. Not worth it.
Nope.
But anyway. So, this week, it's close to Halloween, so we're watching some of the horror movies, some of the scary movies.
Scary.
So this week, we watched The Sixth Sense, which I had never seen.
Me either.
I knew... When was The Sixth Sense made?
1999.
1999. So, I had learned over time what happened. I wasn't allowed to watch it when I was a kid. It came out when I was a kid. My dad told me I wasn't allowed to watch it because it would be scary, and he didn't want me to be scared. So, I hadn't, and I just never watched it since then. Just hadn't happened. But I knew what the twist was, because M. Night Shyamalan always has. There's almost always a twist.
Yeah.
And I've seen a bunch of his movies. He does a good job. I like his movies for the most part. There's always some weird twist to them. And I knew what this twist was, so it didn't surprise me. There was a little more, gore and horror stuff in it than I expected to be, because I didn't expect some of the stuff that was in it.
Yeah, it was kind of scary.
But yeah, I liked the movie. I liked it. Even knowing what was going into it, it kind of took away a little bit, probably, because I knew what was happening. But I liked it.
I loved it,
Okay.
and I thought I knew the twist.
What did you think the twist was?
The kid saying, "I see dead people."
Okay, yeah, that's
This
not...
whole time, that's what I thought the twist was, and I was always like, "The Sixth Sense, who cares?
No, that...
we all know."
Yeah. That is, I mean, that's what he says. But that's not the
I'm
twist.
so thankful that no one
Had
ever
told you that
ruined
what
that
the
movie
twist
for
was?
me, because my reaction at the end of that movie, like, it sounds so dramatic to say because it's just a movie, but it was so convinced, like, I had it figured out the whole time, and
Yeah.
I was like, all right, that's the big twist. Kept watching it. Like, I feel bad even saying the twist because, and I know we put spoilers, like, it's been out for 24 years. If you haven't seen it, that is not our fault. Whenever he was like, whenever he realized he was a ghost, Bruce Willis'
Yeah.
character,
He's dead.
I was like kind of sitting like this with my boyfriend and we were watching it. I literally got up and I went like this for the rest of the movie. There was just a few minutes
Yeah,
left.
there's only... It's like the very, like, last scene
But
that
they
he
kind of go back
realizes.
through the movie and
Yeah.
show like how it was possible for
Yeah.
that to be. And I just realized all of it. I was like tearing up
Mm-hmm.
watching it. And I couldn't believe it. And I'm so, like, I really am so glad no one ever told me that.
Yeah. See, I knew that
And I
happened
get
too.
it.
I
I
knew
get
that
the
they
hype.
went back through and were like, "Oh, here's why. Here you start." I knew they had like a little montage at the end too that shows you how you could... the whole movie he was dead. You could
Yeah.
tell. But yeah, it was good. I again knew the twist. I'm surprised you hadn't learned it in considering that the movie came out before you were born, that you hadn't
Me
ever
too.
heard the twist or knew what it was.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's because if anyone ever asked me if I knew the twist, I just said yes because I thought I did
You
know
thought
it.
you did. You thought you knew that it was just Haley Joel Osment's
Yeah.
character saying, "I see dead people."
Right. But I get now. I was talking to my dad about this, also knowing I didn't know the twist, and he wasn't going to spoil it for me, but we were talking about this movie not that long ago, and I was like, doesn't everyone kind of know what happens? And he was like, yeah, but when it came out and all those people saw
Yeah.
it for the first time, that
Nobody
was
knew.
huge.
Yeah, nobody knew
So
what happened.
that's probably like why it made the list. And I agree. I agree for a first impression, this movie should be on the list. But it's tough because you can never
You can't ever do
watch
that
this
same
again
thing.
and feel that emotion ever again.
Yeah. And another one with this is, and again, I like his movies, but it's hard to do that again. It's hard to do that with anything again to anybody.
Right.
Because when you get, he's done so many of them now where there's always a twist, and you expect it now. You expect there to be
Right.
some twist.
So
now,
you're
you
like
may
looking
not be,
for one.
You may not be, you may be surprised at what the twist is, but you're not surprised that there's a twist. Like you're looking for something to be different.
Yeah, I'm looking through his.
The Village, Old just came out a couple years ago. Was
yeah,
one.
Knock at the Cabin came out this year, but I don't even think I've seen.
What was the one? There was one.
Split was big.
Split was big. There was one.
I watched that, but I don't remember the twist if there was one, so I might have to watch that again.
a couple years ago. The Visit, where the kids go to like the grandparents' house and the.
And see,
That's
now
all
I feel
crazy.
like I need to watch these movies because I've always looked at these in like the previews and been like, oh, it's just like every horror movie, but there's probably something in those
No,
movies that
There's
really
something. There's
messes me
something
up.
in there because he does a good job.
Yeah.
With the psychological like
Yeah.
thriller type thing, and that was I think The Sixth Sense was like the first one, like the first big one like that
Okay.
for him. So that's I think part of it, and that's why it was such a big like
Yeah.
oh that's okay.
Right. I genuinely think going into it, like, I couldn't have had a better expectation. I feel like I watched it with the best. The lack of knowledge helps you.
Yeah.
You should either not know anything, or if all you know is like the famous line going into it and you think that's the big twist, great, watch it because you'll be shocked.
Well, you won't now because we just told you, unless you
Just
skipped forward.
to people out there, like, if you know anyone that has never seen it and has no clue like me, they need to watch it.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I wish I had a video of my reaction.
I wish we had a video of your reaction too, because that would be interesting.
Yeah, and Will knew. He actually knew the actual twist.
Yeah.
And was like watching me when it got close to that point, and he
So
was
did he
like,
knew that you didn't know the twist then?
yes.
Okay.
Well, he was like, do you know the twist? And I was like, I think so. And then I told him what I thought the twist was. And he was just very kindly was like, yeah, okay. Instead of ruining it for me.
Yeah, I kind of wish I could have seen your reaction too, because that would have been interesting.
Because it was so close to the ending. I was like, this was a good movie, cool. And then
Yeah, it's the last, like, minute or two.
mind blown.
Because it ends basically right after that.
Right.
Like, it's just done.
Is the car scene where he tells his mom after?
No, that's before.
That's before too, yeah. So it's
Yeah.
like the very, very
It's
end.
the last scene.
Right. I also...
Because the last thing he says to her is, I'm going to go now, and then it just fades to white, and that's it. That's like him, I think, going to heaven is what that's supposed to symbolize.
To his wife, because he goes home and she's watching the video.
Yeah, because he's now realized that he's dead, so he can move
Oh my
on.
god, I'm remembering all of
Yeah.
it. It was so crazy. And I remember telling... Will was like... He didn't watch the whole thing with me. Then after like the dinner scene where she like pays for the check and leaves and is like happy anniversary, I told him what happened. I was like, he's in so much trouble. Like I would be so mad. And Will was just like, okay.
Yeah. No, he's
Little
dead.
do you know.
She's having a dinner by herself, and you don't realize it.
It was so crazy.
But it was a good movie.
It was really good. And it took me a long time, I guess just because I only really know Bruce Willis in few more recent movies. Not recent, but I only know him as like kind of like a more hard, like almost gangster
That's
character.
mostly what he plays is like action.
And like an old bald guy.
Yeah.
For like the first 10 minutes, I was like, I wonder who Bruce Willis plays in this movie. And then I was like, oh, he's the main character. So I didn't know that. I didn't like realize that was him.
Oh, you didn't even you didn't.
No.
Okay.
I saw his name pop up, and I didn't know he was in this movie.
Oh yeah.
I had such little knowledge of this movie.
Okay.
I realize.
Yeah, it's more of
It
an.
doesn't seem like his type.
It's not really.
Yeah.
Like most of the roles that he's been in the past have been action where he's just
Yeah.
like a yeah.
Well, like kind of other than Die Hard and Pulp Fiction, I feel like his movies kind of get like trashed on. People are kind of like, you're not, you did a lot of movies, but a lot of them are just not great. But like that movie was really good.
It was good. And I mean, here's the like, if you do that many movies, there's gonna be some bad. Like, there's gonna be some that aren't good. Like, it's just gonna happen. And I would say that how many movies do you have in general that are that good to where somebody's gonna pick all of like?
Right.
You're never gonna do that.
Right.
So, I like Bruce Willis as an actor.
I think I do too now.
I think he does a good job. So yeah, he's got a couple other movies like this, but not very many. The most of them are like action films.
I feel like Haley Joel Osment probably got like typecasted after this.
He's been in several like movies he was in several movies as a kid, I believe.
Right, but as an adult, I feel like I feel like he's not in as much. People probably just see him as like the cute kid.
Yeah, I don't really know what happened to him. I don't really know.
Nothing.
Like, I mean, he's still around.
Right.
I just don't know what. I don't know if he got out of the
typecasted
business or if he got typecast. I don't really
kid.
know. Because he was a kid, like
right.
a little kid when he was in these movies.
Yeah, but he was a good actor. I mean,
he did a good job.
Yeah, really good kid actor. But a lot of kid actors sometimes
they flame out a little bit sometimes.
Their lives.
But some of them come back too, and I don't know if he's been in anything recently or not. But yeah, nothing major that I've heard of. But
nothing on this list probably.
Well, yeah, because this list stops in like in the 90s.
Right.
I don't know that there's anything in this list from 2000 or more recent than that. But
yeah.
But anyway, so I think
we're gonna watch Vertigo.
That's about it for us. Vertigo.
If anyone wants to join us.
It's gonna be Halloween. So yeah, next week I think it comes out the 29th. I think is what the next one will be. So a couple of days before Halloween. So we got a Halloween episode coming up next, Steve.
Oh.
I don't know what we're gonna do for it, but
we'll
figure out something.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed watching Steve try foods that she doesn't like and make faces, because that was fun for me anyway. And yeah, we'll watch Vertigo. Hopefully, you guys watch with it. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And we'll talk to you next week.
And comment below. We'll interact with you. Bye.